There is so much trouble in the world. Yeah, man, whole lot going on. And I just came to put in my 4 cents, you know what I mean? Tell y'all what I think about it. Yo, man, I got a lot of information for y'all, Dow, so we're gonna get right off into it. Cause I don't wanna, you know what I'm saying, hold y'all forever and ever. Hope y'all like the new Phoenix symbol, man, cause the Phoenix represents Eastside Watts, baby. G-Force. The fiery Phoenix, baby. That raises the risers from his own ashes. But yeah, man, we gonna get off into these videos, dog, because I know what's going on in the world right now with all this craziness, with this war and everything else that's popping, locking, man. So without further ado, let's jump right off into the conversation, dog. Let's listen to the folks. Put these videos together to try to give y'all a deeper insight on things, maybe more to look at things from an angle that you might not have been looking at it from before. So let's see what's up, baby. Let's hear what the general had to say back in 2007.
10 days after 9/11, I went through the Pentagon and I saw Secretary Rumsfeld and Deputy Secretary Wolfowitz. I went downstairs just to say hello to some of the people on the Joint Staff who used to work for me. And one of the generals called me and he said, "Sir, you got to come in. You got to come in and talk to me a second." I said, "Well, you're too busy." He said, No. He says, "We've made the decision. We're going to war with Iraq." This was on or about the 20th of September. I said, "We're going to war with Iraq. Why?" He said, "I don't know." He said, "I guess they don't."
Always blows my mind how the crowd chuckled when he said, "Why are we going to war with Iraq?" And he's like, "I don't know." Because that's what these devils do, man. The United Snakes of Amnesia.
I don't know what else to do. So I said, "Well, did they find some information connecting Saddam to Al-Qaeda?" He said, No. He says, "There's nothing new that way. They just made the decision to go to war with Iraq." He said, "I guess it's like we don't know what to do about terrorists, but we've got a good military and we can take down governments." So I came back to see him a few weeks later, and by that time we were bombing in Afghanistan. I said, "Are we still going to war with Iraq?" And he said, "Oh, it's worse than that." He said, he reached over on his desk, he picked up a piece of paper, and he said, I just got this down from upstairs, meaning the Secretary of Defense's office today, and he said, "This is a memo that describes how we're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years, starting with Iraq and then Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and finishing off Iran."
And you heard that. They're going to finish it off with Iran. All the countries he just named off, they done knocked off already, toppled in some kind of way. And we're going to finish off with Iran. Yeah, y'all heard that. That was in 2007, yo. We in 2026. That's almost 20 years ago. This has been the plan, dog. Been the plan. The thing about it is, Iran, my beloved family, is actually ancient Persia. Let's get off into it.
For over 700 years, 2 of the greatest.
You see, Esau tried this before with Persia. Wrong part 1. That's why this video is dealing with the United Snakes of Amnesia / modern day Rome. And then you're dealing with Iran, modern day Persia. Let's get off into the history, dog.
Empires in history, Rome and Persia, fought for supremacy. But who truly dominated? The Roman Empire, masters of discipline, strategy, and engineering. Their legions were a war machine, their roads connected vast territories, and their war tactics were legendary. The Persian Empire, a powerhouse of innovation and resilience. They had elite cavalry, advanced archery, and a vast network of spies and diplomacy. Their empire was built on adaptability and endurance. These 2 superpowers clashed in epic battles.
Did you hear that? I want y'all to pay attention to the similarities. You heard what he said about the Roman army? Discipline, constantly trying to expand itself. America's in how many countries? America's an empire, whether you accept it or not.
From Karhai, 53 BCE, where Persia crushed the Roman army, to Ctesiphon, 198 CE, where Rome sacked the Persian capital. Despite countless wars, neither empire could fully conquer the other.
Neither empire could fully conquer the other. We are dealing with history repeating itself, my beloved. This is a reason why they kept Iran for last, because they knew it wasn't going to be no easy thing. And my God, man, they've been raining missiles on the United. 6 targets within 10 minutes.
Rome struggled against Persia's fierce resistance, while Persia adapted to every Roman assault. Rome versus Persia, the war that shaped history. But who do you
What did he say? Persia adapted to all of Rome's tactics. Iran been studying the United States for the last 40 years. They know what they did in Iraq. They know what they did in Libya. They know what they did in Syria. They know what they did in Somalia. Most of these rebels that were fighting the United States back were being supported by Iran. So they have a deep, in-depth knowledge of America's tactics in these situations. And the same, it's amazing. Man, people in America are so stupid. They really are the sheeple, because nobody can see this patented shit over and over. Uprising in the country. The people are rebelling against the government. The government tries to put the rebellion down. And if you use the violence against your own people, we're going to invade you. And that's exactly what the hell happened in Libya, Egypt, and so forth and so on. If they can't get the coup to kick off that way, they're going to figure out something else, I reckon.
think was the superior empire? Let us know in the comments.
Everyone's heard of the Cold War, America versus the Soviet Union. But what if I told you it already happened 2,000 years ago? Rome and Persia, 2 empires that stood on opposite ends of the known world, locked in a struggle that lasted 7 centuries, not just in battlefields, but in ideology, religion, trade, and power. No peace ever lasted long. No victory was ever complete.
700 years. They fought each other. Rome ruled all the known world for only, 1265? They had over a millennium. Thing about it is, more than half of the time Rome was so-called ruling over the Aegean, they was fighting Persia. And Persia just kept fighting. They were fighting ancient Iran. Y'all pay attention here. You're still dealing with Esau. You're still dealing with the kingdom or the empire of the Edomites. No different than the United Snakes of Amnesia. No different. Showing up, invading people's lands, colonizing them, subjecting them to your taxes and your laws and threatening them with war if they don't do things your way. This is not new. This is what Esau has been doing this whole time. He conquers by the sword. It is what it is. And Rome was nothing but America Part 1. That's all. Period in the story, man. They can say what they want, dog. It is what it is, man.
This was the ancient world's longest rivalry, the first Cold War in history.
The longest rivalry in the ancient world. 7 centuries they fought each other, yo. And you motherfuckers think that Iran's gonna give up now? These are the same people. See, y'all gotta understand something. They're not they're not black people in America. They're not Latino. They're not Hispanic. These people have not been conquered and had all of their heritage and stuff stripped away. They know exactly who they are. They know their history. They know who their kings are. You can't trick them. The attacks America and Israel didn't do nothing but solidify them.
It began in the 1st century BC. Rome rising in the west, Persia reborn in the east under the Parthian kings. Rome, disciplined and expansionist,
Rome, disciplined and expansionist. America, disciplined and expansionist. Look, keep matching the fingerprints, y'all. Y'all need to match up the fingerprints.
empire of law, legions, and iron roads. Persia, ancient and proud.
Persia, Iran, ancient and proud. No, we not gonna surrender. No, we ain't said nothing about we ain't asked for no ceasefire. We are ready to defend ourselves. We have the right to defend ourselves, just like Israel got the right to defend itself. Man, let's get off into it. Let's keep going.
An empire of kings, cavalry, and silk routes. They didn't share borders easily. They shared tension. Every mountain pass, every border city, every caravan route became a chess piece in a game of survival. In 53 BC, Roman ambition met Persian skill at Carrhae, where Crassus and 30,000 Roman soldiers were annihilated by
30,000 Roman soldiers put to the sword by the ancient Persians. This is, I don't know why people thought, I don't know if any of y'all is really paying attention to the real media, not that in the MSNBC and that CNN crap. The real media, the international media, y'all need to tap into that. America not looking good at all. And to, what was it, to yesterday, 7 different countries, 7 different members of the UN, the European Union told Trump they not sending no battleships to the Strait of Hormuz. I don't know if y'all station is tuned, but tune in.
Parthian horse archers. It wasn't just a defeat, it was a message. Persia could stand toe-to-toe with Rome. Rome struck back.
Just mix the words up. Change Persia with Iran and switch Rome with the United States. Iran know they can go toe-to-toe. They've been getting ready for this since the first Ayatollah took power, since they kicked out the Shah. They've been knowing this showdown was going to happen, dog. They've been ready for this. Every time you hear them say that, that's what I need y'all to realize. Y'all need to say, wait a minute. What he's really saying is, when he say Persia, he's talking about Iran. And what he's really talking about when he say America or Rome, he's talking about America.
Welcome to the Watts Going
This
On
is
Show
what you're
with your boy,
dealing with,
Ram Burley,
dog.
my Watts 3 sons, giving all praises to the Most High God for your very presence. Still standing 10 toes down on them 10-4 grounds representing side ours, because the east side is
This bell flag. Yeah, get you out of there. Boom. Did y'all see it now? Ancient Persia, nothing but the Rome, nothing but Iran. Ancient Rome, nothing but the United Snakes. No different at all. Don't let them get you twisted down. It's real talk. You deal it. Look, history repeats itself. If you don't know history, you doomed to repeat it, right? They say you don't understand history, you doomed to repeat it. Hey, on some real stuff. This ain't nothing but a repeat. Problem with that is they didn't win back in the day. They not gonna win now. I don't even know why anybody even looking at it that way. But unfortunately, they are.
back again and again, under emperors like Trajan and Severus, marching deep into Mesopotamia. They captured cities, plundered capitals, but they could never hold them. Why? Because Persia played a different game. They didn't need to conquer Rome, only to survive it. When the Sassanids replaced the Parthians, the Cold War escalated. Now it was ideology versus ideology. Rome, the empire of the cross. Persia, the empire of
Rome, the empire of the cross. Now, he need to get the fuck out the hood with that weak shit.
fire. Christianity versus Zoroastrianism. Faith itself became a weapon. For centuries,
Now, he is right. Rome did create and start Christianity, because that ain't in the Bible at all. They did initiate what we know today as Christianity. That is true.
the frontier froze in a dangerous balance. Both sides built fortresses, traded hostages, signed treaties, then broke them. They spied on each other through merchants. They used client states, Armenia, Georgia, Arabia, as pawns in their endless proxy wars. It wasn't unlike the 20th century's Cold War. Influence, propaganda, and espionage shaping history from the shadows. But sometimes the Cold War turned hot. By the 6th century, both empires were exhausted, yet neither could stop. Under Emperor Heraclius of Byzantium and King Khosrow II of Persia, the final war erupted. Persia invaded first, capturing Jerusalem, stealing the true cross, pushing to the gates of Constantinople. It looked like the end for Rome, but Heraclius struck back, a desperate counterattack across Anatolia, deep into Persia itself. In 628, the Byzantines triumphed. Persia fell into chaos. After 700 years, the ancient Cold War was over, but victory came too late for both. Within a generation, both empires were shadows of their former selves. A new power rose from the south.
In the end, both empires were a shadow of themselves. If y'all think America finna come out clean on this one, y'all think they had casualties in Iraq? Y'all think Iraq? Who you think was designing the roadside bombs? Who you think was supplying the rebels who kept shooting at the Americans, no matter whether Saddam was gone or not? Who sponsored Saddam to go to war with Iran? Who gave him his weapons? You see, this been going on a long time, America and Iran. The crazy part is Iran been on the receiving end. They remind me of a certain neighborhood in the streets that wanted peace, that pushed for peace harder than any other blood or Crip neighborhood. When everybody else was flaking, those brothers kept pushing it. And when peace fell off, they gave everybody some casualties. You know the history of Watts.
The armies of Islam. In less than a century, they conquered Persia and much of the Byzantine East. Rome and Persia, the two eternal rivals, both defeated by an idea neither saw coming. 7 centuries of rivalry, countless wars, millions of lives, all for the same dream, to rule the world. Neither truly won, but their clash shaped civilization, from the laws we follow, to the faiths we believe, to the borders we still fight over today. Rome versus Persia, the war that never really ended.
The war that never really ended. Y'all heard what the man said? It never really ended. Esau still got beef with Persia right now today. That's why you seeing what's happening. And the fact that Iran has oil makes it even worse. Y'all know these devils are oil junkies. They oil is like heroin to these devils. Don't get me wrong, the whole world needs it. It's being proof from what's going on in the Strait of Hormuz right now, right? But on some real stuff, dog, nobody's looking at the deeper pit. Look closer. It's a repeat. And what I mean by a repeat, America not gonna win this, dog. No way. No how.
Warriors of the Empire, the armies across, pass!
Imagine an empire so vast that it stretched from the borders of India all the way to the mountains of Greece. An empire that contained a staggering 44% of the entire Earth's population. Before Rome dominated the Mediterranean, before Alexander the Great carved his path across Asia, there was a
Way before Alexander the Freak.
superpower that dwarfed them all. They built the first transcontinental highway. They established the first concept of human rights. They possessed wealth that the ancient world couldn't even comprehend. For over 2,000 years, the West knew this legendary superpower by one name, Persia. But if you look at a map today, that name has vanished, replaced by a modern nation wrapped in complex geopolitics, Iran.
Did y'all hear that? Y'all thought I was playing? Iran ain't nothing but ancient Persia. They fought the Romans for 700 years. They fought off Saddam. They fought the Iraqis for like, I think 20. You think they ain't ready for a nice long war with America? We're sending 5,000 troops. They telling them bring up they were just saying we're waiting for them. They've been waiting for America to show up from behind the missiles and the bombs for a long motherfucker. A lot of them Arab countries are. Thing about it is Qatar, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, all of them are in the bed with the United Snakes of Amnesia and the Israelis, right? Understood. And they're Muslim countries too. Understood. You think for 1 second they don't have sympathizers in those countries that sympathize with Iran? You crazy.
So what happened? How did the greatest empire of the ancient world fall? How did it survive centuries of brutal invasions? And why, in 1935, did this ancient titan suddenly ask the entire world to erase Persia from the map? Settle in, because the story of how Persia became Iran is a tale of forgotten kings, burning cities, unbreakable culture, and a rebirth that changed history forever. Our story begins in the 6th century BCE in a rugged mountainous region of southern modern-day Iran. At this time, the Persians were just a collection of nomadic tribes under the thumb of the powerful Median Empire. But in
The Medes and the Persians. Read your Bible, yo.
559 BCE, a man came to power who would change the world. His name was Cyrus. History
Cyrus the what?
knows him as Cyrus the Great. Cyrus didn't just rebel, he unleashed an unstoppable wave of conquest. But what made Cyrus truly great wasn't his sword, it was his mind. In an era where conquering kings usually enslaved or slaughtered their defeated enemies, Cyrus did the unthinkable. When he conquered the mighty city of Babylon, he freed the enslaved Jewish people.
Wait a minute. Wait 1 minute. When he defeated the Babylonians, he freed the who? Not the Jewish people. Those are the people attacking Iran right now. Those are the people who initiated this war. No, he freed the Jews. See them black folk right there? Those are the people that he freed. He freed the Jews, not the Jewish people. Big difference. We gonna get off into that before the night is over too. But y'all need to know there is a difference. On me. He freed the Jews, not the Jewish people. He freed the Jews. You see the hair like wool? You see the brother standing right there with the hair like wool? And you see the different shades of brown, like the speckled bird. You understand? That's who he freed from Babylonian bondage. Not the Khazarians. And y'all need to look up the Khazarians. The Khazarians were not the people that got freed right here. And had nothing to do with this entire situation. Please go read a book. Please look up the Khazarians and find out so you can understand what's going. Look, if you don't know the past, you're not going to understand modern situations, modern times. You got to read the history. And you're not gonna be able to necessarily just get it from a video. You're gonna be able to you ain't gonna be able to get everything that you need from what I'm doing right now. I'm just planting the seeds so they can hatch, sparking the flame up in your brain like a match. Such a dirty game. I'm trying to give y'all some game, dog. On Eastside Watch, nigga. Hey, read up on the Khazarians. Read up on Cyrus and what he did. The Jews, not the Jewish people. The guy made a mistake right there. He didn't know no better. It's all right. It happens all the time. Jewish means ish, childish, brownish, blackish. Ish, the suffix, it means to pertain to or to be like. No, the people of the book never called themselves Jewish. They called themselves Yahwadah. Better look into it, man. Learn, dog. Do some studying, baby. Studying, dog.
Allowed them to return to Jerusalem and even funded the rebuilding of their temple.
That's right. He funded the rebuilding of the temple. This is why he's called great. Because the greatest kingdom and the greatest nation that ever existed referred to him as great for what he did. Now, were all the Persians and the Medes this cool and this and with the black with the Hebrews, the Israelites? No. They played a role in our slavery too. They had us in bondage as well. It was Cyrus who said, no, we ain't gonna do it this way. The thing about it is, if those people that are over there in the land right now are the true children of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, they supposed to know this and understand this and have no business in no type of way trying to attack these people. That's letting you know that somebody is lying. The world is full of imposters, bro. Y'all better wake up, dog.
He created the Cyrus Cylinder, widely considered by historians to be the first charter of human rights in human history. Under his dynasty, as long as you paid your taxes and kept the peace, you could pray to whoever you wanted and speak whatever language you chose.
This was ancient Iran, bro. Ancient Iran. But you heard what he said about the Jews, right? Okay, let's get to the next one.
Growing up in Sunday school, I was taught from the Bible, those who bless Israel will be blessed, and those who curse Israel will be cursed. And from my perspective, I want to be on the blessing side of things.
Of those
Hey, man, I'm not a big Tucker Carlson fan, but shouts out to him for this video. Watch this.
who bless the government of Israel?
Those who bless Israel is what it says. It doesn't say the government of, it says the nation of Israel. So that's in the Bible. As a Christian, I believe that.
Where is that?
I can find it to you. I don't have the scripture off.
Of course you don't, because you're a Christian. Christians don't know what the fuck the Bible say. They just go off what they think. And it's laughable, because most people you come across that say they Christian, if you ask them about anything that's written in the book, they have no idea what you're talking about. They need pastor, and he don't even know. That's why he ain't got no beard on his face. Moving on.
Off the tip of my, you pull out the phone and use the
It's in Genesis. So you're quoting a Bible phrase. You don't have context for it, and you don't know where in the Bible it is, but that's like your theology? I'm confused.
Hey, keep your eye on this, man. It's a reason why Tucker's asking these tough questions. You got other tougher ones that's coming. It's a reason why he asking, though, don't reckon.
What does that even mean?
Tucker.
I'm a Christian. I want to know what you're talking about.
Okay. Where does my support for Israel come from? Number one, because biblically we're commanded to support Israel. But number two,
That is not a commandment.
Well, hold on.
No,
Hold on.
no, I'm not holding up.
Hold on. You're a senator, and now you're throwing.
You dumb son of a bitch! You dumb son of a bitch! You dumb son of a bitch!
That's a record. These Christians be dumb as a mother.
Theology, and I am a Christian, and I am allowed to weigh in on this. We are commanded as Christians to support the government of Israel?
we are commanded to support Israel. And
What does that mean, Israel?
We're told those who bless Israel will be blessed.
But what, hold on, define Israel. This is important. Are you kidding? This is a majority Christian country.
Define Israel.
Man, Tucker on his head. He's like, this is the majority Christian country. This is important.
Do you not know what Israel is? That would be the country you've asked like 49 questions about.
So that's what Genesis, that's what God is talking about.
The nation of
Genesis.
Israel, yes.
And so is that the current borders, the current leadership? He's talking about the political entity called Israel?
Exactly. He's not talking about the Belfort actors. He's not talking about the 1948ers. That's not what the scriptures is referring to. It's not referring to the fucking Khazars. It's not referring to them. It's not for them. You see, had these devils and other, you love to say that goyim, had the goy never touched our book, had they never had the covenant of the Most High God to come out of their mouth, the world would not be in the situation it is right now. By them touching our book and applying it to themselves and making it seem as though wrong, as Paul was writing to them, all these all these other nations think that book applies with the Bible. The Torah, the Kodash Torah. Kodash means holy. Holy means separate, set apart, not for you.
He's talking about the nation of Israel. Yeah, nations exist, and he's discussing a nation. A nation was the people of Israel.
Is the nation
They're the
God's
descendants of
referring
Abraham.
to in Genesis, is that the same as the country run by Benjamin Netanyahu right now?
Yes.
During Tucker Carlson's kind of contentious
He said, yes, yes, it is. See, the devil's a liar, and the truth only hurts the devil. Look, on me, can Satan cast out Satan? On record, hey, dog, the truth only hurts the devil. And Tucker just been pressing him right now about this, and he ain't finished yet, dog. Let's keep listening.
conversation / debate with U.S. Ambassador to Israel, Mike Huckabee. The
Oh, it's gonna get good.
Topic of land rights came up. Obviously, that's usually front and center when it comes to the ongoing conflict between Israel and pretty much everyone else in the region. And so, in order to justify the mass slaughter campaigns and land theft from Palestinians, Israelis claim that they're, the original Israelites from the Bible, and that they have.
Why don't they call themselves Israelite? Why do they call themselves Israeli? If they're the Israelites, why the fuck do they call themselves Israel-E? Israelite means the descendant, the lineage, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They claim that's what they are, but over 90% of their nation don't even believe in no Bible or no God or no at all. According to them, Christ is boiling in hell and excrement. According to them, you can have sex with a child that's 3 years old. According to them, circumcision includes giving fellatio to a baby. Man, y'all better study, bro. Go and study and show thyself approved, yo.
Have a biblical right to that land. So Tucker Carlson challenged Huckabee on that. Let's take a look.
Abram's descendants are the ones who have the right to have this land, correct? Yes. Okay. Why don't we do genetic testing on everybody in the land and find out who Abram's descendants are? It's really.
Uh-oh. 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 Hey, did he say DNA testing is illegal in Israel? Just so y'all know.
Really simple. We've cracked the human genome. We can do that. Why don't we do that? Would you be against doing that?
I have no idea what that would prove.
Motherfucker, it would prove I'm the pappy. It would prove who the daddy is. Ain't that what DNA testing is for?
I mean, maybe it would be.
What do you mean? It would prove who Abram's descendants are and who has a right to live here and who doesn't, according to the theology.
It would prove who's the daddy. Didn't I just say it would prove who Abraham's descendants are? Why is it illegal to do it? Because every Jewish person in the United States and other parts of the world that do DNA tests outside of the land are finding out that they are Caucasian. Never been no doubt to none of us as far as go for Black, Latino, Native American, God's chosen people. We've always seen them and didn't see no difference between them and other Europeans. I don't know why they try to make it seem like it is, because they're the Khazarians. They are the 13th tribe, according to one of them.
That you yourself just explained. And so I'm very confused as to why we don't do that. If you believe the theology that you've just explained to me.
Would we do that all over the world?
Well,
and everybody
this is the only country in the world that you've said has.
Yeah, technically it would need to be done all over the world according to the scriptures. Christian. God's chosen people are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Christian. Their numbers are like the sands of the sea. They cannot be counted or measured. Christian. Tell you about these fake ass Christians, dog. They don't know the scriptures. These people numbers are not like the sand of the sea. You know who numbers are? You know who are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth? Whose numbers cannot be measured or counted? Latinos and natives on record.
This covenant with God, that this people have a moral and legal right to the land.
What about people who convert to Judaism? Would they have a?
There's no conversion. See, that's another thing. Do you see it? That's a Christian for you. Can I convert to being a Chinese? Can I convert to being a Japanese? I can follow their customs and their ways of life all day. I can take a Japanese wife, a Chinese wife, a Korean wife. Will all of a sudden my eyes become slanted? Will all of a sudden I develop the whole Mongoloid gene and have that? But they try to make it sound like you can graft yourself into a bloodline. Get the fuck out of the hood with that weak shit.
Right?
No, they wouldn't have the right. They wouldn't have the right to go into a country on land that doesn't belong to them and literally ethnically cleanse it and steal it from the Palestinian people. No, they wouldn't have the right to do that.
This ain't nothing but America 13 colonies, colonialism, part 99. It's the same thing all over again. Push out the native people, kill off the delete the men, essay the women, and completely take over the net, breed the people out. If you can't delete them out, y'all know what's going. The whole world know what's going on in Gaza right now, dog. But do y'all know why Tucker felt this way?
Other celebrity clients, some of whom seem to be out there campaigning.
Clear, not all.
Abrams' descendants are the ones who have the right to
Shouts out to my boy. We woke now. We woke TV. Real talk. Y'all listen.
have this land, correct? Yes. Okay. Why don't we do genetic testing on everybody in the land and find out who Abrams' descendants are? It's really simple. We've cracked the human genome. We can do that. We've cracked the human genome. We can do that. We've cracked the human genome. We can do that.
As for the Nazi thing, I was like, I really felt like we were just speaking so far past each other that we would never like come to, like, I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. And and especially when I decided or concluded that he really meant it, I was like, that's just too freaking weird to me. It's almost like, yeah, I can think of many other examples where you're interviewing someone and they'll say something that's like, I was interviewing a guy one time and he started talking about the Black Israelites and we're the real Jews. And I was like, you know.
Uh-oh. The what is the what? Uh-oh.
And it wasn't on camera, but I was like, it was so far out to me that I was like, we'll never kind of understand common terms on that.
This is interesting. Very, very interesting. You just heard Tucker Carlson say, quote, I was interviewing a guy one time and he started talking about the Black Israelites and we're the real Jews. And I was like, you know, it wasn't on camera, but I was like, that was so far out to me that I was like, we'll never kind of understand common terms on that. Who was he referring to in that clip you just watched? Initially, I believe Tucker Carlson was referring to the leaked footage from his interview with Ye, but I later realized I was mistaken. I want to thank everyone who forwarded me the actual footage from an off-camera interaction he had with a Hebrew Israelite camp known as GMS, which is based in New York City.
He talked to who? It's a reason why Tucker feel the way he feel.
Before I continue, I want to make something clear. Not all Hebrew Israelites are part of or affiliated with any camp. Being a Hebrew Israelite is not a religion, unlike what is commonly described as being a so-called Jew. A Hebrew Israelite refers to bloodline descendants of the ancient Israelites. The label Black Hebrew Israelites functions much like the label Black.
These people. See the people here building the temple? Notice the skin tone. Notice the texture of the hair. These are the people that he talked about. These are the folk.
Identity extremists.
I would like to ask Mr. Chair unanimous consent to enter this report into the record, which is Black identity extremists likely motivated to target law enforcement officers. I believe earlier you said you were not familiar with the report. Is that correct?
Well, I haven't read it. I know some of the alleged targeting of officers by
okay, so I would like to know, and I'll ask you about that in a minute. So you are somewhat familiar with it. Who had the power in your department to order a report like this?
I'm not sure how that report got ordered. I don't believe I explicitly approved it or directed it.
Okay, so you haven't necessarily read the report, but you are familiar with the term Black identity extremists?
Well, I think so, yes.
So can you tell me what that term means to you? Do you believe that there is a movement of African Americans that identify themselves as Black identity extremists, and what does that movement do?
Well, it'd be interesting to see the conclusions of that report, but I'm aware that there are groups that do have an extraordinary commitment to their racial identity, and some have transformed themselves even into violent activists.
Are you aware of white organizations that do this as well? Given that
some have transformed themselves into violent activists. Keep listening. Hey, this one Karen Bass was my girl, dog, on record.
white supremacy is well documented, well researched movements such as the neo Nazis, the Ku Klux Klan, etc. Are they white identity extremists?
I didn't follow that question, please, again.
Is there a term or a report on white identity extremists? You mentioned you were familiar with black people who identify with their racial identity.
People who have actually committed violence in this country have been committing violence in this country since the Civil War. You not familiar with them, Devil?
Yes, but it's not coming to me at this moment.
Not coming to you?
It's
Certainly a group such as the Ku Klux Klan.
yes, and then the skinhead movements, but there's a racial identity.
They're not considered white identity extremists for black people. We ain't hung nobody, ain't burned no crosses, ain't lynched, they did none of that.
White movements that have been identified for sure.
So has the FBI done a report on white identity extremists that are likely motivated to target law enforcement officers? Is there such
I'm not
a
aware of that.
Both are strawman terms that have been promoted through government agencies and amplified by religious institutions such as Christianity, Catholicism, Judaism, and Islam, along with advocacy organizations like the ADL. These labels.
My God, man.
And oil and gas on the global market is going to hurt all.
Our powerful military campaign to end the threats posed by the Iranian regime continued in full force over the past few days. They have been literally obliterated. The Air Force is gone. The Navy is gone.
He don't even believe the shit he's saying.
Many ships have been sunk. They're warfighting ships, but I guess they didn't know how to use them. And anti-aircraft is decimated, their radar is gone, and their leaders are gone. Other than that, they're doing quite well.
Other than that, they're doing quite well. Well, which one is it? Because as you just heard, President Trump repeated yet again that the United States has obliterated Iran, thus claiming victory over Iran, right? But why is the Strait of Hormuz still closed? Why did Trump send thousands of additional US soldiers to the region? And why is the president asking other countries for help? Jake, your 2 cents?
Yeah, so just a couple of comments on what he just said. We literally obliterated them. Great, then let's leave. Like, what else could we do in a war other than absolutely and literally obliterate our enemy? So obviously mission accomplished. Number 2,
that's right. It's over, right? They've been completely annihilated, right?
Said they had a Navy, but they didn't know how to use it. They seem to have known it well enough to close the Strait of Hormuz and have oil prices skyrocket and really screw our economy, which you're in a stone cold panic over, which leads me to my one poll question here for today before I kick it over to back to Anna on the facts of what's going on. And oh, look at the contradictions Trump's about to give you. But on TYT.com, we're asking, and you've got to keep this in mind as we give you all the facts. Why are we begging other countries to help us open the Strait of Hormuz? A, because we're winning. B, because Iran is decimated. C, because Iran is about to surrender. Or D, because we need extra help in this war that is not going as we planned. So let's
on Watts Reckon, Dulo.
Find out.
Now, Trump claimed victory by also addressing the Strait of Hormuz yesterday. This was aboard Air Force One. It's kind of difficult to hear. I don't know why these interviews take place when there's like a loud jet engine in the background, but nonetheless, here you go.
As far as I'm concerned, we've essentially defeated Iran. I guess they can.
Militarily, we've essentially defeated Iran. They're blowing up boats in the Strait of Hormuz. They still shooting rockets at Israel. They still shooting rockets at American bases.
So we've taken out their air forces, we've taken out their Navy, we've taken out their air defense, no air defense whatsoever. We've taken out their leadership times 2 or 3, might be 3, we'll find out soon. Militarily, it's been amazing. We attacked Kark Island, just one little area notice where they have the pipes, all the oil pipes come in. And we can do that on 5 minutes notice. We have it all locked and loaded and ready to go if we want to do it. We chose not to do it. I chose not to do it yet. We'll see what happens. They want to negotiate. They want to negotiate badly. I don't think they're ready.
Trump says that he can capture the Strait of Hormuz in 5 minutes, but chose not to do it yet. Right. Okay. But he also claims, Cenk, that Iran wants to make a deal badly. You just heard him say that, right? Now, here's the real question.
What's the real shit? Are you trying to convince us or yourself? You could close the Strait of Hormuz if you want. You can open it back up if you want. You told other countries, go through, show some guts. They both started blowing up.
Is that true? Well, here's Foreign Minister of Iran. He answers the question during, Meet the Press. Let's take a look at what he had to say.
President Trump said this weekend he is not ready to make a deal with Iran because the terms aren't good enough yet. His administration is saying this war could last another 3.5 weeks or so. Has Iran asked for a ceasefire?
No, we never asked for a ceasefire, and we have never asked even for negotiation. We are ready to defend ourselves as long as it takes.
That wasn't Meet the Press. That was Face the Nation. Who cares? What we do care about, though, is that Trump lied. Iran is not looking for a ceasefire. They're not looking to negotiate because they don't trust the United States. On 2 separate occasions, the first one being last summer, the second one being recently, the U.S. pretended like they were engaged in negotiations with Iran and then proceeded to carry out the military equivalent of a sucker punch against Iran.
On me. In the middle of negotiations, twice America attacked them. This reminds me so much of the United States and the Native Americans. They'll sign a treaty and say we good. Then they'll send Custer in behind the doors and behind the cut and, with his scouts and everything to sneak into a native village and kill everybody, to unalive everybody. That's why, man, so proud of Sitting Bull. You understand? Battle of Wounded Knee. They use cannon fire on children and babies and girls and women. Don't that sound familiar? Battle of Wounded Knee. They called it a battle when they used cannon fire on women and children and gave medals to the men who did it. Don't that sound familiar? 170-some little girls killed in the school, unalived in the school. Don't that sound familiar? There's nothing new under the sun. These devils ain't changed their tactics at all. It's the same thing. See, that's why they don't want y'all studying no history in school. Because if you study history too much, you can match up the fingerprint. They don't need you doing that. You'll see nothing has changed. You're still dealing with wicked ass people, dog on record.
Iran. So why would Iran trust the United States in negotiating in good faith? I certainly wouldn't trust the United States if I were them.
Yeah. Every time Arakchi is asked how he feels about the war and ground troops, etc., he says, "We are waiting for them.
We are waiting for them."
Okay, so if they're so decimated, etc., why are they so looking forward to us bringing in ground troops? Because obviously, when you make landfall, the advantage goes to them.
It's a mountainous region.
And the obvious guerrilla warfare, insurgency, roadside bombs, all the things we got in Iraq, but times 4 in Iran. So, and Trump's writing like, I got
everything you got in Iraq times 4, everything you got in Afghanistan times 10.
Island, hey, mate. Okay, all right, great, wonderful. But like, why are you sending the 5,000 troops? So Anna, we're gonna get to all that, but I have a fundamental question that I want all of you to think about as we're giving you more of this story. So we're sending in 5,000 ground troops. Why doesn't Israel send in the 5,000 ground troops? This is a war.
Uh-oh.
Shut up, bitch.
Uh-oh. You ain't supposed to say that. You was not supposed to say that.
They wanted, not us.
Because Israelis could, Israeli ground troops in Iran, which they know about Iran's military capability. So that war is for
who shot first in both situations? That's all I got to ask. Who bust first in both situations? Just answer the question. Be funny. The 12-day war. Who shot first? this situation that just went down, y'all heard Rubio? He said we knew Israel was going to attack, so we had to do something, or they would attack. Wait a minute. Who run who? Israel don't exist as a state, a country, or nothing without America. And they run you? This world is crazy, dog. I could say, hey man, thanks for tuning in. All the folks that tuned in, checking in, whatever, man. We are back. It's time, dog, to get off into this information, man. Understand what's going on, what's up. It's the word. Giving all praise to the Most High God. Glad y'all was able to pop up in here with your boy this evening. Come check us out. Come hang out and shit. Shout out to Deuce. Shouts out to Twan P. Shouts out to Big L. Seen y'all up in here, man. See my boys up in here in doubt. Hey, we just not getting back, but we finna be turned all the way up with the content. Nothing but stuff to discuss, talk about, give our 4 cents. Put our 4 cents in on what we think and what we see what the Most High is trying to tell us about through these situations, through these times, signs of the times. If you ain't studied your scriptures, you don't know about Magog, Gog, and Magog. If you don't understand the role that ancient Persia plays in prophecy, if you don't understand what's going on, keep paying attention, because your boy Bam Bam Belly Young gonna keep planting those seeds. I can't water it and grow it and make it germinate for you. You gotta do that part yourself, but I will give you the seed. A whole lot, just a seed, man. You put in your little work. Hello, dog. Hey, but on some real stuff, man. This is crazy what's going on in the world right now. Pay real close attention, man. It is what it is, man. In the meantime, between y'all, man. Meantime, dog. Y'all to death, love y'all to life, man. East side Oz, represent East side Oz. Until the next time, man. We just gonna keep doing our part, man. But hey, study and show thyself approved, dog. Y'all better get something in y'all head. Y'all better learn what's going on. Because if you don't, you don't know what's happening. If you know what's happening, you're not gonna know what's up. Until next time, dog. Love y'all to death, love y'all to life. And all praise to the Most High God for your very life. Until we see each other again, man. Y'all keep it 10 toes down on the 10-fold rounds. Drum majors, your drum majors for justice, because there is no justice for justice. But yeah, man. Until next time, man. Love y'all, dog. Till next time.
Going on, Watts, where we are taught to survive. And just like the phoenix from our own ashes, we rise. Watts happening, family. Thanks for tuning in. We all we got, representing Eastside Watts tenfold.